So, apparently finally got a timeline when I got DC Future series done, and apparently this timeline is also a bit interesting, but also kind of confusing because, let me say, so 2025 has been the Arkham Knight and Batgirl and all the Batman stuff, but 2027 we have Dark Detective, Flashing and Shazam. Like, what is it? This sounds like a pretty mess, and my brain's hurting because this sounds confusing. DC, what are you doing with this thing? This sounds like a mess, Adam. Hey guys, me on Top Story, and I'm gonna have a DC Future State complete timeline for the DCU. Yep. Now, I don't even talk with it. When one night, I'm here DC guy with DC. I think I've been for DC all the time. However, I about for DC years ago, what the fuck? I think it could be a mess, and oh my god, this sounds more confusing. So, why am I Future State? I was intrigued and excited about that next time, but honestly, forget about this timeline. This timeline's interesting, but also kind of confusing because it sounds like a mess. Again, what do I mean by that? Well, you'll find out, Adam. So, do you mind about anything news? Yep, so enjoy this. See ya. I am. As you can tell from my intro, actually, you can tell me about this news. Why? You'll find out. Let's get started. According to the article I have here with CBS.com, and I quote, DC debuted the complete Future State timeline DCU. Yep. DC debuted the complete timeline Future State new DCU of the future. The timeline part of DC Nation put in DC Future State magazine. The only information that fan initially knew about DC Future State is that various stories took place at different genres in the DC Future. Now the timeline shows exactly the origin year for certain content story. Timeline beginning in 2025 with the number of Batman-related titles such as Arkham Knights, Batgirl, Batman vs Superman, Batman and Catwoman, Gotham City Sirens, Harley Quinn, Grifters, Nightwing, Outsiders, Red Robin Tunnel, then skip it 2 years later to Dark Detective, The Flashing Ends. So whatever, so basically each book, it's basically a different timeline, basically, time period. We have, for 2085, it's the Batman books. Second year, it's Dark Detective, The Flashing Ends. Next time jumps to 2029 and 2030, with Shazam and the Former and Aladdin, including Aquaman, Black Racer, Justice League Dark, Metropolis, Midnighter, Mr. Miracle, Suicide Squad, Super Metropolis, World War Nubia. Yeah, so a lot of these books have a different timeline, and this sounds like we are crushed the fuck. Oh wait, it gets even better. Year 2025, 2040, last Wednesday in Justice League, the final 4 point take a huge leap with the year 3000, which has about where the superhero take place in that timeline. Wait, so how do I take in the year 3000, and we see it in the year 3000? That's a massive time jump, because that means that has about been the made far from future. Confused? Yeah, I'm confused. This sounds gonna be clusterfuck. Oh, my brain is so early up. I'm gonna be this age. Swamp Thing takes place year 40,000, 4,500, which that's weird to me. That's interesting, and that's kind of confusing because wait, Swamp Thing takes place that far in the future, meaning there's a one-off, meaning it had no meaning in the past. So what the boy do a Swamp Thing, but in the future it means nothing? See what I mean? I was just reading this is, oh, it's better. DC NPC all information that DC fan would want to know about the 2-month event, including behind-the-scenes interview with the creators that are part of the event, sneak peek of new character design, and gallery cover and checklist of all the must-have titles. Yep. You get all the way from a new upfront take on a character. These features that will contribute to the legacy. Emily John 7 features for announced. When the event begins January, some say will now pick up some of the breadcrumbs that have already been tossed out in the current titles, but they also find new ones included with the country then one. Yep. Yeah, nothing I want to show. But we got new time. We got time with the Future State stuff, and it just sounds way too confusing. It's gonna be a mess. Yep. Yeah, nothing I want to show. Oh, I know. My follow, as you won't know, I'm not even going to do the comment right now. As I roll for this guy, you make up here. What the fuck? So when I heard about Future State, I was intrigued and excited because honestly, this sounds like a pretty mess. And jumping at this new timeline, the other very much has been that this thing is a clusterfuck. I mean, geez, what do I be giving this nightmare? Because let's make this straight. So in 2025, Arkham Knight, Batgirl, Batman vs Superman, Batman, Catwoman, and Gotham City Sirens take place in that timeline. But then we got the 2 year Dark Detective, The Flashing Ends. Then another year with Shazam in 2029, and then 2030 goes to far from future, and then you see what I mean? This is the clusterfuck. I mean, Jesus Christ, this timeline is just a mess. Like, I can't explain this timeline. It's like a complete clusterfuck method. I can't explain it. Back to timeline more and more of those stupid auto convergence things that it just breaks my brain. Fact. Yeah, I'm a gentleman converting this awful event, actually, like, that man actually trying to make everything anti-canon, and it made no fucking sense. It complete crushed the fuck. Like, trying to explain a timeline with that thing was a mess and it said it made no fucking sense. And Future State is trying to copy the exact same thing, but making it more confusing. Like, this sounds completely a mess waiting to happen, because trying to explain the timeline is a crushed the fuck. Not great at it before. This thing is just gonna run out for a 2-month event. It's gonna last for only 2 months. Thank God for that. For Germany saying the thing without the future. But for what I can tell, this timeline, this seems like a mess waiting to happen. In fact, the more thing like this don't mind more the 5G stuff. After what I'm saying, this was the 5G stuff, but then this got repurposed in the Future State. Fact. Yeah, you remember that 5G in Germany. This is him that thing Junior clock. Junior got to be hanging the Earth 5G. That way I had to do with the plan. But then that plan got tossed away because the deal was gone. But thank God for the deal. I did with the is. He won't do everything. And frankly, I'm trusting I had to wait to the Wally. But this whole Future State stuff sounding more and more confusing because it's already timeline. And this sounds like a complete mess waiting to happen. Not great at it before. This whole Future State thing in my opinion, I'm not really into because man, I thought that this thing just kind of crushed the fuck. But good what DC going on with this, going full steam ahead with the thing. I was thinking it's been none of the anti time gonna matter because what's better in general. No one's gonna care about Future State by the end of in March. Because I'll be able to look forward to more anti post death metal. Fact. Yeah, because a lot of people are looking for more anti with death metal in general to see how this event at the end in January, February, and we're actually looking for more to this actually than after Future State. Because Future State. Look, I hate Future State. Future State is an inside idea in theory, but honestly, this sounded like a complete crush the fuck of a nightmare and all that to figure out what the hell's going on. Like, I couldn't even explain what the hell was going on at the end of the timeline, and this sounded like a complete mess. Now, again, we did get a check rating one day, so that's gonna do. We did find out what books are coming out with each month, so that's gonna do it. And honestly, for what I can tell, paying a check rating actually is very important, so you can figure out what book to read. And you'll have to figure out actually what the week what comes out in February. Fact. Yeah, here's check out actually for Future State in general. We got out about for this thing right now all the way to March apparently. And the first book to look for the Future State in January 5th is Future State Batman issue 1, Future State The Flash, Harley Quinn, Superman Metropolis, Swamp Thing 101. Yeah, that's coming out about January 5th, so if you want to read about those characters, you have to read actually in Future State those books, and like I said, these are all in 40Ps, so honestly, if you want to check these out, go for it. Me personally, I'm probably going to skip all these, because frankly, none of them okay, the only thing that we're in the Metropolis stuff, with the John Kent stuff, but other than that, I'm not looking for it. This sounds way too confusing. Second thing that comes out actually in January is Future State Dark Detective, Future State Green Lantern, Future Justice League, Kal-El, Superwoman, the Superwoman book, Eternal, the Tim Drake book, Future Superman 101 is coming out actually in January 12th, 101 issue 1 of 2. That basically the story with my boy John and the new 101 Y'all 4. And the final book coming out in January 12th is Future State 1010. So if you want to read 1010, Future State, go for January 12th. That's for you. That's for the Red X. But honestly, I don't really care, to tell you the truth. My boy John butchered the point insanity in the main unit, and frankly, all this might be just like a complete mess. And the Flash book, yeah, the Flash book really pissed me off. They won't make me worry the villain. What the fuck, man? Stop making worry the villain. Stop it. But other than that, we'll see how that turns out. As of January 19th, well, we have Batman, Catwoman, Immortal 101, Nightwing, Shazam, so World of War. So yeah, if you want to go for the Shazam book, go for it in January 19th. The final month of January is Aquaman, Batman vs Superman, Dark Detective, the Superheroes, Suicide Squad, Superman, and Imperial Rex. Yep. All these are coming out actually January and February, and all the mains have done. And so if you want to check this out, go for it. Well, actually, you don't need to check on any of these. You can probably skip all these, tell you true, because not like a fact matter in the long run. The ones that I'll probably check out all these are, well, House of L, the Superman 101 stuff, the Justice League stuff, the Teen Titans stuff, and maybe the Flash for Curiosity, but honestly, my actually not a high for that because they butchered at the pretty wall of crap. Oh yeah, also we finally got know who's who into something, and well, it's actually interesting. But also kind of confusing. One of them I not expect at the be on this cover, but apparently at the at the one of the superhero characters. Fact. Yeah, apparently number 13, the person with the mask, apparently that's Sound Girl, and she was weird. Like, how the fuck that Sound Girl? Sound Girl looked awful. Like, that design looks terrible. Like, even though I may not like that Benedict Wong superhero, but my god, you kept the original design intact, but that looks pretty terrible. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Sound Girl? Why make it out to into a completely different character? She looks like a villain at Hello, and that's not sound stupid, just edgy. Then I'm just probably better with do that crap. He always done his crap. But I bet everybody else, like Zatanna, Connor Kent, Superman. I think that's Superman. I think that's Clark Kent Superman, and that's John Kent Superman. Everybody else looks fine, but a lot of them do not look great. To tell you the truth, Green looks great always, but I bet everybody else with Dual Dancer. Wait, who's Dual Dancer? Yeah, number 19. Dual Dancer looks fine. I don't know who that is, but I don't tell about that. Like, honestly, I always cared. The design look fine, look futuristic, but what to say about this? But they look fine. But I think everybody else coming out in future states, I'm just going with some March Troop, because frankly, this thing might be the not have my curiosity to because not booking not gonna matter at in March. Because like this thing is gonna be a stopgap. Fact. Yeah, because honestly, none of the books are gonna affect the main DC near the end of March. And funny, the only book I'm gonna go for that future state of Justice League, the Superman book for John, and Teen Titans, and that's about it. Every other just looks not that anything to tell you. Okay, Y'all 4 looks cool. Y'all 4 looks fine. I'm glad she's going on the series, but will all these books affect me DC near the end at the end of March? Probably not, no. It's one of my advice. You can probably skip all these tell you, but they're not gonna matter long run. Which is sad because all you have potential, but what are you about to say about this thing? It's a 2-month event. It's not gonna matter, and honestly, they don't really talk about what you think, tell you the truth. And frankly, my expectation not to hide for this, but we'll see how that turns out. After this new timeline, this sounds like a mess, tell you the truth. And frankly, none of these things still seem connected. In fact, none of them connected at all. They just seem to like stick together in order to tell this big, epic future timeline so that it doesn't mess. Like, I don't know what the future DC means in there, Death Metal, but frankly, my opinion, not hide this timeline. But the time just mess, tell you the truth. But like I said before, the things are like 2 months, so until I get more information about it, to figure out what time's going on, let's just hope for it, plan the worst, and pray it. Guys think that'd be going to horrible. But until then, wish it happens. But after everything's coming up future states, I got nothing to do. Funny, I have no thoughts on this to do. No, the one before I went for the flashback for Wally, even though I don't like Wally with the advance, that's so fucking stupid. Stop turning Wally with the line, but hello, fact. Because one in the future that should never, ever come at the true at the end is why we turn the phone. Because come on, DC, what? Why was be a hero? Let me a hero for one at the in the future. Why are you just having a villain? Like, it's so frustrating that they still treat Wally like garbage. But despite the stuff I will check the future state flashback for sure, but I'm not happy about it. Frankly, at this point, I just wanted to be a hero. Let be with his family, damn it. Stop treating him like garbage. But as for everything else, we shall it turns out. My efforts in a hide for this thing. But like I said before, the only book before I've already the Superman books, the Superman book for Curiosity, and all the Batman books. Better than that, what do I say about this thing? This thing just sounded like a pretty mess. But until we get more information about this, to figure out what the hell's wrong with this thing, let's just hold it, plan the words, and pray to God this thing turns good or horrible. But until then, we wish you haven't. But anywho, I'll talk about this boy. Oh, no. MXI but DC Future State. Not really. This timeline, this thing is completely a match on YouTube, and now these books feel connected, but none of the books are okay at all. They just feel way out to all different timelines, and the only book after that seems well interesting about it is more Wonder Woman, because more Wonder Woman is set at the end of time. Which that can mean a lot of things. My best guess at the end of time, the more Wonder Woman is actually be the real timeline, and Wonder Woman goes out to figure out how to fix the timeline and make everything that feel connected again. You know, they had Death Metal. At least that's my theory, but I think that's gonna happen. But like I said before, we'll be all there trying to explain all this. But throughout this on the show, I'm just gonna wait to see happens. After every kind of feature stage, we'll see how it turns out. My opinion not a hobby this thing. but with wisdoms. But anywho, I'll talk about this is about don't reply to today video free feature state timeline DCU and the checklist that came out actually this week. Put your comment to anybody in the ancient news. Do like it to it. Also, how do you feel of DC Comics feature state and what book are you looking forward to January, February? Put your comment and March. Put your comment well. Also like on Twitter. Put your comment channel on Triple Stars. Put the bell kind of the official own story. Play it you can. I'll talk about it long live. DC. See ya. Well, DC put figure said pre. See ya. Bye.